So today we are road tripping along the east coastline of Tasmania. We started up in Hobart, or down in Hobart, and we're making our way just up along the coastline, hopefully to Coles Bay and Wineglass Bay area. We're about an hour out of Hobart at the moment, and we've just stopped literally alongside the road. I have no idea where we are, but there's a couple of beautiful beaches. There's really no one else around, and they're just gorgeous. The water's really nice, so it's a nice little peaceful stop, sort of midway along our road trip. So we've arrived in Coles Bay and we've pulled up just at the park outside the bay area. I think our first agenda is going to be getting some lunch because both of us are starving, and we did not bring any snacks for the road trip, which was a bit silly. But God, what a peaceful, beautiful place. It's so quiet here, and the views I'm looking at right now are just absolutely stunning. And then stretching out beyond that, there's an area approximately the size of Tassie itself. That's the Freycinet Marine Park. And I guess it's not something you really think about when you think about Tassie, but it's full of coral reef, schools of krill, whales migrate here. So it's a really beautiful sort of marine park area. Honestly, it's just stunning, and it's so quiet. Like, I feel like we have this entire place to ourselves right now. So we've come a little bit further along the coastline, and we're now doing the Wineglass Bay lookout walk. So it's supposed to be about 3k, a little bit uphill though. So it should take us about an hour, no more than an hour and a half, they reckon, return trip. Hopefully we're going to get some really good views over that beautiful Wineglass Bay beach. I mean, this place is kind of like Grampians on steroids. It's got these big rocky peaks, but then you get the ocean view behind me. Whoop. It's pretty cool. So we've made it to the Wineglass Bay lookout. It was supposed to be about a 40-minute walk, but it's only taken us 20. So I actually don't think it's that strenuous, even though there is uphill and there's quite a few stairs. It's not that bad of a walk, but like, the views are so worth it. You're sort of surrounded by rocks and mountains, and then you've got this beautiful bay stretched out, and you can hear the waves crashing against the shore. Oh, it's so good. So we have finished our walk up to the Wineglass Bay lookout, and it was a gorgeous walk. I think it took us about 50 minutes all in all, and yeah, there was a few steps and things, but like, the views are 100% worth it. You sort of have these like rock face cliffs on one side, and then you can see the bay from both sides at different points. It's just such a good walk. We are pretty much just going to jump back in the car now though and head back to Hobart. And we're just planning to just have a chill evening, go get some dinner, relax. because part of what we had to do today to get into national parks was grab a 24-hour pass. So we are planning to get up bright and early tomorrow and use what we've got left on that pass to explore some of Tassie's national parks and some different areas. So it should be another really good little day trip out of Hobart. But for now, we're just gonna take it easy and drive back and relax. We'll see you bright and early. So we are back in the car and we are going to drive about an hour and a half north of Hobart today. So the plan is to explore a little bit of Mount Field National Park, another one of Tasmania's beautiful national parklands. This one came in a recommendation from a friend of mine. So she said there's a couple of really nice waterfalls around the area. So hopefully we'll be able to find at least one of those and just sort of explore that beautiful Tassie landscape.
Still, my darling, all is well, my darling. Your anxious heart may as well be stone, or it weighs you down deeper than you know.
So we have parked up at the Mount Field National Park, only ones here, and we're going to do the walk called the Tall Tree Walk, which is supposed to bring us past some of the world's tallest flowering plants. And some of these eucalypts are going to be hundreds of metres tall and hundreds of years old, so it should be a nice little walk. It's only a sort of kilometre round circuit, but the air is so fresh here and it's so peaceful. I'm really looking forward to this little walk to start the day.
Be still, my darling. Well, my darling, your anxious heart may as well be stone. Oh, it weighs you down deeper than you know. Yeah, it weighs you down.
So what's this supposed to do?
That's how you measure the trees.
How tall is she?
47. It's about 70 metres.
Oh, darling, don't be scared. You must know that will leave my heart. Never touch my soul. If you are.
So I'm sure you can probably hear it, but there's a couple of waterfalls along this walk as well. So we've reached the first waterfall, which is called Horseshoe Waterfalls. And again, we have it all to ourselves. And it is really pretty. So then the walk continues down following the river path in the valley. So you're sort of walking along now the tops of the trees, and it's going to take us to the next falls, which is the main falls, the main attraction, which is Russell Falls. You can just sort of see glimpses through the trees of it, but we're going to go right down to the base of it. So this big fella here behind me, they reckon was here when Abel Tasman first came to Tasmania in 1642. So he's roughly 400 years old, These are beautiful big eucalypts.
Peace, be still, my darling. All is well, my darling. Your anxious heart may as well be stone.
So we've driven up to the top of Mount Fields and we've come up to a spot called Lake Dobson, which is supposed to be a really nice sort of lake area nestled up in the top of the mountain here. It's been a really nice drive up and views from here are pretty good. Can't see the lake yet, but we're going to head over and have a look now.
Be still, my darling. All is well.
So there are a few walking tracks out here, but most of them are several hours, if not sort of half or full day hikes. And we haven't planned or haven't got time for that today. But it's a really short walk from the car park to the lake itself. We might just do a little bit of a quick walk around the edge. But it's a really beautiful spot. It's windy and it's freezing, so definitely rug up if you're coming out here, but the views are well worth it. It is just gorgeous.
Your anxious heart may as well be stone. Oh, it weighs you down deeper than you know. Yeah, it weighs you down deeper than you know. Oh, darling, don't be scared.
So I think that's about all we've got planned for today and for our little national park trips. But we do have a couple more things planned around Hobart and some of the areas close to it in the next couple of days before we head back home. So I think we'll call it a day and we'll pick it up again in the morning.